Can you guess what this video is about by the choice of lights I chose? Hey guys, welcome back to Culture Automotive. I don't know what I'm doing with my arms, whatever. This video is about the fact that I believe Tesla has changed the world forever. Hey guys, if this is your first time here, I'm Blake with Culture Automotive. Hey, if you like automotive news, especially if you like Fords, you should probably stick around because, hey, I do a lot of that here. So back to the topic. So why has Tesla changed the world forever? Well, I love EVs. I think that electric cars are for sure some big part of our future as the human race. But what I have to say is, if every person bought an electric car right now, everybody in the world who owns a vehicle, they threw their vehicle away and bought an electric car right now, which is sort of what like the California government wants you to think, same thing with like New York. We couldn't handle it. We couldn't handle everybody having an electric car. We couldn't handle everybody charging them. And the manufacturers who are making these electric cars, Rivian, Tesla, Toyota, it doesn't matter who, they don't have the resources to get these minerals out of the ground to make all these electric cars. And then to pull these minerals out of the ground, that process is just as damaging as it would be if each car that they did was gasoline. Blake, you're just shitting on EVs. What does this have to do with Tesla? Well, the reason why Tesla has changed the game is not because of the slave labor that they endorse overseas, digging up these minerals and sorting them. It's not because of their body panels that never fit. It's not because of any of that. Actually, what Tesla has done and what Elon has done is he's fooled everybody into thinking that this is a real possibility for the future. Now, if you notice, I said if everyone bought one right now, the world wouldn't be able to sustain it. But the truth of the matter is, if we all bought one and over the next 5 or 10 years, we still couldn't sustain it. It's just not possible. Electric vehicles do nothing more than make us, the consumer, feel better about ourselves while driving them. They don't do anything for the environment. Matter of fact, if you are somebody who, is on an environment mission and, that's not my calling, but hey, if it's yours, really what you should do is go drive an older Toyota Camry or Honda Accord, like a early 90s one, and then you should drive that thing into the ground and then just buy another one and do that on repeat, because those vehicles are already out in the world and they aren't going anywhere. And you have to get rid of those one by one. So if that's your mission, that would be significantly more effective than driving your Tesla. Now, slave labor aside, they pull these minerals out of the ground very similarly to how they pull oil out of the ground, kind of ironic, but they pull these minerals out of the ground with giant diesel-ran machines. And these machines put out way more pollution into the air, pollutants into the air, than your car ever would. This is a virtue signaling thing. This is something that an individual wants to feel better about themselves. Now, this is the part of the video where things are going to change and the tone's going to change to a more positive note. So even though I've researched these things and looked into it all, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Really, the big problem I have with it is the slave labor, but hey, I have an iPhone, so who cares? Who cares sounds horrible, but hey, you know what I mean, But here's where electric cars really fit. And here's what I think Elon should have been pushing, although I'm not going to speak for him because one of the richest men in the world. Obviously he did something right. But Dodge came out and said this: performance made us do it. And that is where the key is. Electric vehicles aren't necessarily any better for the environment than any gasoline or diesel vehicle would be, especially because we have no way of recycling any of those batteries currently. That's not to say that it isn't in development or that we won't have it in the future, but the performance of electric vehicles is where it's at. Anybody who's been in a Tesla knows how hellishly fast these cars are. And with things like the Ford Lightning, the Rivian, and the new GMC Hummer, EV Hummer coming out, along with Tesla Cybertruck, you can see that all these vehicles are pretty big vehicles, excluding the Rivian, and they are gonna have 0 to 60 times in between 3.5 and 4.5 seconds. So electrification is really good for performance. It's going to make a lot of waves in that. I think electric like racing and that style of stuff is going to be really where it takes off. But I do believe that people are going to start waking up and realizing that these things aren't good for the environment, but God, are they fun to drive. Other than having no noise coming out the back end of it, these vehicles are really fun to drive. That instant torque it's honestly addicting to just hit the gas pedal and let it keep taking you. And as an enthusiast of the automotive world, like myself, and as I'm sure some of you are, I really appreciate that, and that is something I can get behind. The performance of electric vehicles, not what they're doing for the environment. Hey guys, if you made it to this point in the video, let me know what you think of what I said today. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know why in the comment section below, and if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Peace.